A very good morning, student. I am Anshul Sharma, your biology teacher, and in this video tutorial we are going to discuss one of the class of kingdom fungi, that is phycomycetes. As we have discussed about the classification of fungi, we already know the class phycomycetes include lower fungi with aseptate hyphae or cenocytic hyphae, and this class, based on the presence of flagellate member in their life cycle, is further divided into two subclasses. If the flagellated member is present, that is mastigomycetes, and if the flagellated member is absent in the life cycle, then that subclass is known as zygomycetes. The zygomycetes is also known as by another name, that is conjugation fungi, and the reason is very clear, because during the life cycle of the zygomycetes, the two hyphae of opposite strain conjugate with each other. Conjugate, that means they will fuse with each other, and due to the presence of conjugation process in their life cycle, the subclass zygomycetes is also known as the conjugation fungi. And after conjugation, these hyphae produce the zygospores, and that is why this class name is also the zygomycetes. So now we will try to understand the general features like reproduction, asexual reproduction, sexual reproduction, structure, and etc. with the help of the example of zygomycetes. The member of phycomycetes are predominantly found in aquatic habitat. As you previously know, the fungi requires the moisture to grow, so they are found in aquatic habitat. Sometimes they also found on decaying wood. Here the decaying wood is representing the decaying organic matter. So if there is a place which contain the decaying organic matter, they can grow there also, but the condition must be damp. That means there must not be the sunlight, and the condition must be moist. The moisture presence should be there. So if the decaying organic matter is having the moisture and the damp condition, then they can grow there also. And some member of this class phycomycetes are obligate parasite on the plants. Obligate parasite, that means they are essentially parasite, they cannot survive in free living state. Okay, so now we will try to understand the features of phycomycetes with an example of zygomycetes, that is Rhizopus stoloniferus. We should always remember, whenever we write the scientific name of any organism, we must underline the genus and species separately. This fungus is commonly known as bread mold because it generally grows on the bread, the decaying bread. This fungus is very much commercially important for us because the Rhizopus stolonifer species is used for the commercial production of fumaric acid and in some step of the commercial production of cortisol. So Rhizopus is completely used for in all step of the production of fumaric acid, but in some step of the production of cortisol. Okay, so now let's see the vegetative structure of Rhizopus stolonifer. This fungi has two types of hyphae in its structure, and as you know, it is a member of phycomycetes, and phycomycetes are characterized by the presence of multinucleated hyphae or aseptate hyphae. So you can see here the first type of hypha, and they are multinucleated, multiple nucleus are present, there are no septars. These are the hyphae that grows over the substratum, that means substratum, bread या wood जिसके ऊपर भी फंजी उग रही है, उस सरफेस के ऊपर जो hyphae grow करेंगे, these kind of hyphae are the known as stoloniferous hyphas. And from these stoloniferous hyphae, some second kind of hyphas are grow inside the substratum, and they will act as the roots, and that is why they are known as the rhizoidal hyphas. So in the vegetative structure of Rhizopus stolonifer, there are two kind of hyphae. The hyphae that grow over the surface of substratum, they are known as stoloniferous hyphas, and the hyphas that grow inside the substratum like the roots, they are the rhizoidal hyphae. Actually, these rhizoidal hyphae secretes a substance that is known as diastatic substance. This diastatic substance contains the digestive juices, and when the rhizoidal hyphae secrete this diastatic substance on the substratum that contain the organic matter, that contain the insoluble carbohydrate, because this substance contains digestive juices, so this juice converts insoluble carbohydrates into soluble carbohydrates, and then these soluble carbohydrates are absorbed by the rhizoidal hyphae and provided to the further structure of the mycelium. Okay, so now let's discuss the asexual reproduction in phycomycetes. In phycomycetes class, asexual reproduction takes place by two types of asexual spores. One is zoospores, and as the name is indicating, the zoo word is coming, that means they are the motile spores. The member of subclass Masticomycetes reproduced by the zoospores, and the second is aplanospores. These are the non-motile spores, and the member of Zygomycetes reproduced by the aplanospore, or you can say non-motile spores. That means the rhizopus, which is the member of Zygomycetes, will also asexually reproduce with the help of aplanospores. Let's discuss what is the process of asexual reproduction in the rhizopus.